So this is, let me turn this down. So this is for Hella Heather 415, Heather, one of the random people that I actually know on my Tumblr, who I have known for a long time, who although only donated $4, I feel like the actual homie discount will bring us up to an even 5, and I'll do a 4-card spread for you out of that. So, these have already been shuffled, all this shit. I just don't want to waste a bunch of video with you guys like watching me shuffle like a fucking blackjack dealer. And I know this offends a lot of people that do tarot, and I don't really mind. But this is how I do things. So, yeah, so do this for just one more minute here, and then I will cut. Things are just jumping out at you. Just, yeah, all over the place. So, two. All right, Hell Heather 415. All right then. I'm glad that since I know you, I have something that is more or less positive to say. So, at the peak of your little pyramid here is the Two of Wands Dominion. So, all the twos in the deck, this is the suit starting to formulate. I left my lighter over here. Excuse me. Aren't you glad you paid me? So, Two of Wands Dominion, like all twos, this is the suit starting to formulate. It hasn't actually made anything yet, but it's attempting to come together. And this is like Dominion. This is like the idea of Dominion, or dominating your sphere. So wands are action, motion, like what you're doing, what you should be doing. Two of Wands Dominion has a lot to do with basically taking control over what it is that you have control over, and not reaching outside of your borders at all. This is staying focused on the tasks that you're charged with. This is staying with what you are supposed to be doing right about now. Astrologically, it's Mars and Aries. Mars is, again, it's war, drive, the fire that's taking you out there. Aries is the zodiac sign of spring, new growth. So this is sort of like a new, to overly simplify, this is new growth in what it is that you're trying to do. Which really makes a point down here with the Knight of Swords. See, the Knight of Swords, no, kidding me. The Knight of Swords is the fiery part of air, or acting on what you're thinking about, acting on what you've intellectualized, acting on what you've communicated. So this insinuates that you already know what it is that you have to do. You've already worked out what you have to do. Now you have to take all available force that you have and throw it at that fucking single thing. The Knight is fixed on whatever the fuck he's focusing on. His horse is fixed. He's holding two swords and he's dive bombing with a bird aerial fleet. He's got all of his resources focused on this one task at hand, this one thing that he knows that he needs to do. He being you. This is all about you. And isn't it always? So, the other part of the base for your little pyramid triangle here is the Knight of Discs. This is the fiery part of Earth. So the fiery part of Earth is acting on what is normal stuff, what you have. This Knight is looking out over cultivated fields, shit that it's harvest time, or it's damn near harvest time, and he's looking out over the things that he's created, the things that he has now, and he's basically trying to figure out, like, what is the most practical thing to do at this juncture. So, it's like if you're a farmer and you're not a monoculture cropping enthusiast, you have a lot of different plants. And, just because it's harvest season doesn't mean you can harvest them all at once. You have to be able to choose, are my snow peas going to die if I harvest my wheat first or whatever? Like, the idea here is slowly, or not even slowly, but focusedly, like, figuring out what it is that you have, what you've already created, the seeds that you planted and come up and they've come to fruition. But now what you have to do is you have to figure out what you want to deal with first. Like what you're going to actually do with the stuff that you have. Because, it's not shit until you actually take it out of the ground and do something with it. So, now on a much more positive note about that, your center card is the Six of Discs, Success. This is material success. The sixes are kind of the ideal of any of the suits. It's the best organization that there is. But this is not like success like someone gave you something, which I know you personally haven't been handed a lot of things in your life. So astrologically, this is Luna, the moon, and Taurus. Like, the moon is the receptive and reflective. It takes in the light of the sun, reflects it out. It's also pulling emotional stuff. But Taurus is, again, that hard-working, dirt under the nails ass labor. So this is basically being open to working on what it is that you want to do, what it is that you're going to put out, what you're going to take in and then transfer through yourself and put out. And this is success that is built. Also, it's the duplicity of three, and threes again are this initial shape of things. So this is taking something that you know, and it's making it better because it's integrating the things that you know and that you're comfortable with the aspects of that you may not be comfortable with, but you might have to work a little harder for. So the basic outline here, which is actually fucking totally straightforward, is you have to get control of what is in your control, what you've been charged with. What your duty. This is taking control over your responsibilities, acting on what you know needs to be done, and then taking what you already have and then reaping that in the most logical way to bring yourself success, to bring yourself to the place where you want to be, where you're really accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish down here in the normal ass material world. Again, this, the heart of this is being able to be successful in the material world. So it's being successful at what you have down here, which is just based on you understanding what you're in control of and then fucking acting on that. So, this hasn't even stopped yet.